Sequels are a little difficult to get right, but Samsung is on a quest to do just that. Hey guys, I'm Shivam Reja from Tech Insider India, and this is the Samsung Galaxy A52s, the sequel or the successor to the Samsung Galaxy A52, which is one of the finest smartphones released in the mid-range budget. So what I'm going to do is quickly unbox this and check out the tech. Okay, looking at the packaging, it's a typical Samsung affair. It's a white box with a really bright image of this smartphone, and at the back you have these two tabs and, well, nothing else. So let's quickly take this out, and there you go. That's our first look. Before we take out the phone, let me take out the contents that are there over here. I'm going to keep all of this aside. So in this box we have a little bit of paperwork. Usually Samsung gives cases as well, but that's not the case here. And you also have this SIM ejector tool right over here. I'm just going to keep that together and move on with the unboxing. That's our smartphone, and of course the plastic. Beautiful. So that's a really nice matte finish at the back of this phone, and the chassis is actually made out of metal looking plastic. It's a nice and sturdy looking and feeling phone. I'm gonna turn it on now, and while it's being turned on, I'm gonna walk you through the different contents that you find in the rest of this box. So we got this type A to type C cable that will help you charge this phone. And on top of that, you also get this charger. Now this is a 15-watt charger, but this phone actually supports 25-watt charging as well. So that's a good thing. That is basically future-proofing you, just in case you want to charge your phone quicker with someone else's charger. So here's our first look at the UI and the wallpaper of this smartphone. Before we do anything else, I'm going to walk you through the different specifications of this phone. So first of all, we have Snapdragon 778G processor powering up this smartphone, which is a very capable chipset from Qualcomm. And on top of that, we have an 8GB RAM and 128GB storage version of this smartphone. Now on top of this, you have this really gorgeous looking AMOLED display that has 120Hz refresh rate. So it's going to make things really smooth when you're navigating through the phone or even while gaming. And at the back of this phone, you have this really nice matte finish texture of black. Samsung is calling this awesome black, but it's a really nice looking matte texture. Now also at the back you have 4 cameras. Actually it looks like you have 3 cameras, but there's another one right over here. 2 of them are 5 megapixels, so one of them is macro and one of them is a depth sensor. But then coming to the primary sensor, you have a 64 megapixel primary sensor and a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle camera right over here at the back. The size of the phone is something that I really like, even though it is kind of big, but it's really easy to reach these buttons on the right, and even with right-handed use, it's really nice. Now the bottom of this phone has a bunch of connectivity options. So first of all, you have this USB Type-C port that will allow you to charge and connect other media devices to this phone. But then look what's over here. This is a 3.5mm jack. So if you're a person who has wired headsets at home, well, you can rejoice because you have a 3.5mm jack on this phone. On top of this phone, you have a SIM tray. The left side of the phone is entirely empty, and on the right you have a volume rocker and a lock button. Now the software situation is pretty straightforward. You have Android 11, and on top of that you have Samsung's very own One UI 3.1 taking care of all the UI duties, and I think it's a very good looking UI. It's very intuitive as well, and it comes with a bunch of preloaded apps that are there to help you out to get started with this smartphone. And that was it for this quick unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy A52s 5G. I really hope you found this video useful, and thanks for watching.